5 out basketball, 5 segments, 5 takes. This is the podcast for NBA conversations. This is 5 out basketball, and it starts in 3, 2, 1.
But we're going to keep talking about some rookies, specifically some future ones, because what videos do really well on the 5 Out podcast? It's the mock drafts. They bring in numbers, and now that March Madness is over, we're not really going to hear anything until it's like combine season. We have to do a post-March Madness mock draft.
I agree.
How this is going to work is me and Everton are going to go back and forth for the lottery. We're not doing all 30 because that would take an hour and a half, so we're not going to do all that. We might closer to draft time, but not yet. We still got some time on that. Yeah. So we're going to do top 15. Everton's going to be the odds picks. I'm going to be the evens. And let's see how it goes.
All right.
But before, do you have the order
of the teams?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, then I can tell you the teams that works.
All right, cool.
So let's lock in. Everton, the Pistons are on the board. Who are they taking?
So I know people are gonna say there's a clear pick here with Sar, but bro, the Pistons. I knew you were gonna do that.
I hate that guy.
So
I'm just gonna get out of there. He is so overhyped. I know he's still gonna go early just because we talk about the Dragon Bender comparison all the time. Like Porzingis came in the league, everyone's like, "Oh, I need one of those." Like Wemmy's in the league, like, "Oh, there's this tall guy in France. Give me."
Give me tall guy.
Not the same player at all.
He will go earlier than you probably had him in your last mock.
Yeah.
But first, for me, because the Pistons, I think Zachary Risachet, like, I feel like he would fit this because, look, this team's spacing issues is kind of horrid. And they got Kate as – exactly. Kate as their point guard. I think he could become a better shooter, but, he's still not there yet. Jaden Ivey, again, the guy who really can't shoot much yet. Amon Thompson – or not Amon, Asar Thompson. Yeah, bro cannot shoot. But Zachary Risachet, I think, could come in. He's 6'10", so he can play the 4. He can shoot the ball, play some defense, and I think he'd be nice next to Jalen Duren. So that's my pick for the Pistons.
And you can flip back and forth. I probably prefer Asar at the 4 just because he's more of like better defending in the paint. But here's a big thing of why Risachet is needed. Cade Cunningham is an on-ball scorer. Jaden Ivey is an on-ball scorer. Risachet is going to sit in the corner, and you're going to give him the ball, and he's going to shoot the 3.
MPJ.
That's the exact player the Pistons need. That's also an insane player comparison.
Yeah, that's my player comparison for Risachet is MPJ, guy who's really not going to have the ball in his hands, space the floor, catch and shoot.
And
simple.
Underrated athleticism. Like, Risachet can go and get a dunk when you need it as well. It's like Michael Porter Jr. can.
Exactly.
And so that's going to be first pick on the board. And so we're going to go to Washington, where their player needs are everything.
Yeah, literally. Talent.
And so when we did our first mock draft, there was a guy I gave the stamp of approval, but he was going later, like in the 20 range. After UConn's success, he earned his way up here. Stephon Castle is going off the board. Stephon Castle was the best freshman of March Madness when the rest of them stunk the bed. And I really wanted to go Rob Dillingham here. And I know I said you can't build around Jordan Poole, but Stephon, like, you can't have 2 short guys that only shoot the ball. Stephon Castle is a great defender, 6'6", freaky athletic. How could the Wizards not pass up on that? Like, so I think that's going to be the guy. I'm so happy to see him start skyrocketing up these boards because I've been loving him. I thought he was so fantastic last season, but after this championship run he's had, the clout's there and the talent's there. I mean, a 6'6" point guard who can defend and dunk the ball. The hype's going to be there, so I think this would be the great pick for the Wizards. Still love him, Rob.
I agree. I think you could go Rob or him here, to be honest, because they need guard play. Because Jordan Poole's he can't be your only guard, and I don't know if he's even a future for you realistically. So I'm not mad at the Castle pick. I'm glad you picked him because I wasn't sure if you were gonna rise because he's a riser. He's definitely been a riser. But yeah, after March Madness, bro, he's easily I think a top 5 guy, and like you just said, 6'6". Freshman too, know, because they love those one and dones. 6'6" guard, big too. Like he's not like so frail dude, kind of bigger, not like huge, but like 6'6", got a nice little build, athletic, and like he literally do everything. Like you need those kind of do it all guards, and I think he's the guy for it. So I agree.
And since I've been watching with high school, I've been a massive fan, and I'm just saying I saw it first.
You watched him in high school? Well, hey, that's a flex. Okay.
Yeah, and like when I give him the stamp of approval when he's like in the 20, 30 range, I knew.
Why was he so low though?
Just the clout wasn't there yet. All it takes is a little bit of hype, but 6'6" guards that can do all that always move the needle for me. And like, hey, I know I was dogging on Bilal Coulibaly, but a Coulibaly, like future backcourt, just two defensive dogs, but like the other one could still get you a bucket. That could be a fun team in the future. If you get
Okay.
some, can't be your star two guys, but like if you get some like
No.
scores, like the potential could be there with Washington.
Yeah, he's a good building block for sure.
Hmm. So now for three, we have the Hornets on the board.
Ah. Mm. Okay. You're gonna get mad, but I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't see this dude falling that like past 3.
Hmm.
I know you don't agree because you're not high on him, but at the end of the day, I think the Hornets would be the team to pick him, especially
Hmm.
since they don't really, because they have a point guard. Granted, the
Yeah.
point guard plays 30 more games than me and you do,
Yeah.
but they still have their point guard of the future. They
Hmm.
have Miller, they have Trey Mann. I don't know about Miles Bridges if he'll be on the
Hmm.
roster or not,
Uh-huh.
but I don't want to talk about that. And they have Mark Williams, and then they're gonna go grab Alex Sarr. I'm not gonna lie
Yeah.
to you. Again, you might not be as high on him, but he can still be a good player. Like
Yeah.
he still has good size and athleticism. Like he's what 7'1", got a decent wingspan to him. Or is he 7'1"
Mm.
or he's 7 foot,
7-1.
whatever. But yeah, he's showing some good athleticism. Like he's not some dude who can't jump. And when I watch him play sometimes, and I'm looking at some comparisons too, just to have some more official things. A guy like a Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
or like a Jonathan Isaac. And for the Hornets, that might not be a bad pick. If he
Mm.
can pan out to what they're projecting him to be, that could be a good pick for them, especially at that 4 spot. Because you traded away PJ Washington and
Yeah.
got Grant Williams, so kind
Yeah.
of need a 4. So I
Mm.
think that's a good pick.
Well, Everton, when I did the mock draft, did my 15 picks. I didn't want to do it, but I did have Sarr going to the Hornets as well. So I do support the pick.
Oh,
It's really,
okay.
it's the best fit. And it's what they need. And like, there's some potential there because like he's currently good at everything, but Patrick Williams is good at everything. So don't fall for it. But 7-1, like him next to Mark Williams could be a lot of fun. I'm a little worried about it perimeter defense wise.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But hey, if he can also defend the perimeter like Wemby can, maybe it will work. But hey, that's a risk the Hornets can take. And if it ends up being bad, it's just another Charlotte Hornets pick.
Pretty much. That's what I'm saying. Like they're a team that doesn't draft all that well all the time anyway. So this would just go on down the list of the Hornets picks that they have not hit on. So
Even though they've been kind of hot recently, I'm not gonna lie. Again, like Brandon Miller and LaMelo, like they've been picking
yeah.
solid.
I mean, you throw enough shit at the wall, some of it's gonna stick.
Hey, I love that quote. Love that quote. And so we have the Spurs on the board, and I think it's actually like 5-out tradition that this guy gets picked here every time. Unless the Spurs trade for a point guard, this pick's 100% could be Nikola Topic. I don't really think there's much more debate. A,
Yeah.
a 6'6" guard who can pass, who's the best passer in the draft and can also get you a dunk when you need.
Yeah.
That's probably the number one need the Spurs need to get this offseason. So how I don't understand, like legit, until the Spurs make a move for someone else, this will be the pick every time. Like,
I think. Oh, go ahead.
no, you can go.
I was gonna say the only other person you could argue is Rob,
Mm,
and I think Rob even came out and said he wants to play with Wemby.
yeah,
So you have a guy who would like to play for the
that
team.
aura. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh,
Oh my
Rob and
god.
Wemby
I
aura
would have to be
with.
a Spurs fan because,
Oh
dude,
my
I know
gosh.
Rob's a great passer as well, but I think Nicola's height might get him a
Yeah.
little more over. And Nicola is the better passer, but I'd say Rob's
Yeah.
the better scorer. But the Spurs, they just need the best passer. Don't overthink it.
True, true. I could see either or, but I think Topic is probably the pick here.
All right, I agree. And now we'll go to 5, which will be the one of 2 picks for the Blazers.
For the Blazers. So I wanted to pick Rob, but
Mm.
honestly, for the Blazers, what's going on, bro?
There's a name I want you to say. I'm trying to manifest it.
Honestly, it was between the 2 G League guys, but I'm gonna go Matas Buzelis. I think with Matas, I know he's 6'11", man. I thought he was like 6'9", but
No, he's
6'11".
tall.
He's tall and he got some guard skills, and I think
Mm.
that's a good thing for them. Like they've got a little bit of a logjam at the guard spot. That's why I didn't really go for a guard here. And at the bigs, I know Aiden's a dookie, but he's still a solid big, and they still have Rob Williams. So I was like, all right, it's definitely a wing they need,
Yeah.
because your only wing that I put to remember, Jeremy Grant, but come on, he's not long term. Let's be
No.
honest. And then Thibault.
Yeah.
So I think Matas, he's a bit of a gamble. I'll be honest.
Mm.
Maybe his upside is really high though. He has
Yeah.
really high upside. He has a great quote that Joey will not let me forget about. But yeah, I think his game is solid. Like I said, he's got some solid guard skills, and he shows some good flashes. I think he's got some more in the tank. So I'm gonna go Matas Buzelis.
Yeah, I really do like Bazell. It's not just because of the fact he has the dog in him, but a 6'10" guy, like he's got some athleticism. He can get a dunk and like he gets blocks too. Like if you can have a 3 or 4, it's gonna help you play that paint defense, kind of like what Asar Thompson does. That'd be great for the Blazers.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say who my name was, but I don't see Aiton or Williams as long-term answers for the Blazers, so I did go center here,
Neither
and
do I.
that's why I want to explain because I have a pick here at 6. This would
Mhm.
be different if this guy was on the board. So normally his pick would be Klingon,
Mhm.
but there's someone else I want the Raptors to take here.
Ah.
I have Zach Edey going to the Raptors at 6. Mm. Hot take of the day. I think Zach Edey, people that think Zach Edey's a hype merchant is crazy. Zach, like people like he's Taco Fall, he's Boban Marjanovic. You did not watch that
Oh,
March Madness
oh.
run. Let's be serious. And like the big thing, like one, Zach Edey's a Canadian boy. We watched RJ Barrett like shit the
Mm.
bed for New York, and then he went to Toronto and started cooking. Let Zach Edey stay home where they're not just gonna boo him. And like so you embrace the Canadian nationality and like Zach Edey's good. Like he's gonna contribute day one. And you don't gotta take a gamble on him, Jonte Porter. Yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, Zach Edey, I think, is gonna cook off the bat. And like the Raptors, this isn't a rebuilding team. Like they have Scotty Barnes, they have Quickly, they have Barrett. This is a team that wants to start winning games. And Zach Edey's gonna be NBA ready. I'm not sure how high the ceiling is, but like watch that March Madness run. He was incredible. How many points
Yeah.
he was, and it's not a hype merch. Like I'm telling you, if Taco Fall was the main guy for Purdue, they would have been bounced round 1 or 2. So a little too much slander, and it should be Donovan Clingan if he is going to be on the board here. I didn't think he was going to be.
Mhm.
I just think if you can keep the Canadian boy in Canada, I think they can cook something special.
So here's what I'm gonna say, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. Don't the Raptors have another first rounder because of the Pacers?
They do, but it's later in the draft.
Okay, so I was gonna say if he falls, this would be a good pick.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if him at 6, I don't know if a team is gonna because he's older. You know how they
Yeah.
are, the old tax
Mm.
and the hype tax. But look, I'll just say what look. I watched the tournament. He's not just straight hype,
Yeah.
bro. Like, look, you can complain about him being 7'4" because I ain't gonna lie, I've never seen a dude be so hated because he's tall.
Yeah.
Like there'll be dudes that are like, he's so good, but I hate him so much. I'm like, damn, what did he why
Yeah.
do you hate him? I've never heard anything controversial about him outside of him saying like, he wish he could make his NIL money
Yeah.
because the whole citizenship. But like, I'm not mad at that. I wish he
Yeah.
could too. But like he's genuinely I've never seen he wasn't even a highly ranked player coming out of high school, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
And to drag not drag your team, but to get your team to the finals, the championship
Yeah.
game, and had a great game, honestly. I don't want to say he
Against
dominated
Klingon.
Klingon. Exactly, but he
So
was low-key cooking.
I thought Edey won the first half. I thought Klingon won the second half.
Yeah, I agree. Just like that. Because the first half, I was watching the first few minutes. I'm like, whoa, like
Yeah.
what's going on here? Like that block he got.
Disgusting.
Woo. So I think Edey is going to be a good NBA player. I don't know why people are trying to overthink this and say he's a tall merchant. Shut up.
Yeah.
He's a good player. Let's just stop being dumb. I disagree with him at 6. I do think that's a bit high, but I do think he can be a lottery pick to later first round pick.
It's just as we've kind of talked about earlier, this isn't the worst draft ever, but it is a
No.
little bit weaker. So I think we can see some older guys go earlier than we tend to because like I have another older guy who's gonna be taken later in this lottery.
Me too.
So it's just like I think we can see this happening. Like Zach Edey, it's just was so special, and just the Raptors need a center. And if Kling is not on the board, why not bring the Canadian guy home?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But now we're going to 7 for maybe me and Everton's favorite team next year. It's not the Thunder. That's gonna be the Memphis Grizzlies.
Memphis Grizzlies.
Everton,
So
you know what you have to do here.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You wouldn't think he'd be on the board here, but it's Klingon. Let's just call spade a spade. It's Donovan Klingon. That front court of Jaren Jackson and Donovan Klingon might feed families, bro. Like to pair him with a guy who doesn't really rebound the ball well, cool. We got a 7'2", 280-pound man. He'll grab those boards.
Yeah.
2 amazing shot blockers, by the way. And then the only thing is the spacing. That's a bit questionable because Ja's not really a shooter. Desmond Bain. Sorry, I had to. The joke was there. Desmond Bain can shoot. And then the only thing for me is that wing position. but I feel like you can't pass on Klingon here if you're the Grizzlies. Like if he's here, you have to
Mm,
pick him. Like the upside is just too high, and he might be one of the more NBA ready like prospects like right now.
absolutely.
I hope I didn't just jinx him, but I think if it's not Klingon, you got to go for a wing. But I'm gonna roll with Klingon here. That front court of him and Jackson would be so nasty.
Yeah, my two things is first one, when Jaren Jackson was defensive player of the year, like he had Steven Adams who was helped creating those opportunities for those blocks. You bring in Klingon and that's gonna be special. That's like it's gonna be better than what you had with Steven Adams because I
Yeah.
think Klingon's gonna be a better defender than Steven Adams was.
Hmm.
And the thing is, I think Jaren Jackson can become a solid enough 3-point shooter to help with that spacing, and you can bring in another wing in the offseason where I think that
Yeah.
spacing thing can be solved. Is if you want the best out of Jaren Jackson, Klingon has to be the pick here.
Yeah, and also you don't have to go. You don't have to go swing high for some superstar wing player. You can just get a solid wing that can hold the fort down. You know.
Yeah, no, exactly. You don't need an all-star. You just need a guy that can shoot the ball.
Yeah,
Not that deep.
literally.
Because you got Desmond Bain, who's a great perimeter defender,
Hmm.
and then you got the best probably paint defense in the NBA
You just need a shooter.
outside of the Spurs, just because Wembanyama's
Yeah,
Wembanyama. But
when Mia's aura is too high, but
yeah,
you just need a shooter at that point, like a
mm,
Duncan Robinson, like something like that. You know, just could just straight shoot the ball.
mm,
Simple as that.
that team would be so much fun.
So much.
But now we're gonna go to the Jazz, and I thought it was gonna be really funny. I wanted to pick Reed Shepard here just because haha, he's white. That's their dream build. Rob
Hmm.
Dillingham can't fall any more than
He
this.
can't.
It cannot happen. So get him, and it's Keontae Jackson. Am I saying it right?
Keontae George.
Keontae George said, duh. But that would just be an electric backcourt. Oh my God. With Laurie as well. It's
Hmm.
some solid big men in Utah, and that team could be so much fun. It's just Rob Dillingham. I know he doesn't have the NBA height, but this is the best scorer in the draft. I'll stand on that. He's so versatile everywhere, and he can still pass the ball like that. So
Hmm.
Rob Dillingham's awesome. Me and Everton have been day one Rob Dillingham dick riders, and don't think that's ever going to change. Even though he went a little lower in this mock draft, just the big thing for this draft, like I think we can see a lot of trades. But this
Hmm.
is really just off best fit rather than best players that we're
Yeah,
going to see in this draft. So that's why Rob's like some players are just going to fall in this draft just because of position fit. And unfortunately for this mock draft, it was Rob.
I agree. The only thing you could have maybe done is the Spurs draft him, but I feel like that's just kind of a coin toss. But with Rob, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Rob and Sexton backcourt is fire.
Moved.
That's a dog. Like those are
Hmm.
two dogs. So I don't like the
Yeah.
Jazz like that, but I might actually watch Jazz games to
Yeah.
see that.
And
Um,
Sexton's like the perfect fit for Rob Dillingham because Rob Dillingham's not like an exceptional defender, but Colin Sexton's going to give you 150% every night.
mm,
So that'd be an awesome backcourt.
yeah, that would be so fun to watch. And then George and Rob would feed families. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Now, I'll be honest. If the Jazz do draft him, don't stay long term, Rob. But just gotta throw that in there.
Yeah, no, for sure. But now it's going to be your pick. Is number 9. The Houston Rockets will be on the board.
Okay, so the Rockets are one of the hardest teams to draft for because they have a young player at like every position, it feels
Mhm.
like. You have Sengun as your 5. You have Jabari Smith who could play your 4. You have Cam Whitmore who could play your 3. You have
But
Amen and Jalen Green.
all right,
Like
I'm gonna peer pressure you into making this pick. So, what would you say the Rockets' biggest weakness is at the moment? And don't say like age.
the biggest weakness, I mean, I guess you could say they could maybe go for a better wing, maybe.
No, I don't mean position. I mean like skill.
Oh, skill?
Yeah, this team can't shoot the ball,
No, I mean
and they're young.
Sengun's not a.
They have great young guys. Those young guys can't shoot the ball. Amen Thompson can't shoot the ball. Cam
Mhm.
Whitmore is not shooting the ball. They're just the guys that are attacking the rim.
Yeah, and then Jalen Green's a see he can shoot, but like
Yeah,
he's probably
that
more of a
wasn't what he was
slasher.
drafted for, but he's starting to grow into it.
Yeah. Sengun was not really a shooter either. Let's be
No.
honest, he's a paint guy. Jabari Smith can space for a little bit, but so I guess with that in mind, you saying Reed Shepard here because he can shoot?
Hmm. I wanted him or connect.
Yeah, I was thinking connect because he might be more seasoned because he's older,
Yeah.
and for the Rockets they might want to compete more than develop a guy. So you know what, I'll go connect because he might be able to come in and impact the game more right off the bat than Reed can, just because
Yeah.
of age.
And that was my pick. I think Reed's a better defender, but
Hmm.
I think the Rockets are ready to start winning games. And
Yeah.
so get the best shooter in the draft, and that's Dalton Connect. And also, Dalton Connect can low-key dunk that ball. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't
Hmm.
really think that was a part of his game till March Madness. That guy's athletic. He's not afraid to
Yeah.
throw it down. Like At some point, he's trying to dunk on Zach Edey. He's like, okay, we're doing a little too much Dalton Connect.
Right.
Hey, he's got that dog in him. He's not afraid to make some mistakes. So with the Rockets' one biggest weakness being shooting, Dalton Connect's that perfect spark guy they need. So I would
Yeah.
love this pick, and this Rocket seems to be so much fun. I cannot wait.
Ooh, yeah.
So this one's where I'm gonna have to make my first audible because I originally had Matas Zealous going to the Hawks,
Mm,
but this will
hmm
be Reed Shepard.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
because one, Trey Young's not gonna be here, no chance, and just Reed Shepard. He's great at passing the ball. He's great at defending. Can still get you a bucket when you need. I know the height's not there, but it's pretty much everything the Hawks need in a guard to replace Trey
Hmm
Young or even DeJounte Murray if that's the guy they want to move on from. And he can
Yeah.
score off ball, which is the big thing because Trey Young and DeJounte they need the ball at all times. So if you can get someone that doesn't need the ball but can still give you everything you're looking for, that's gonna be the guy. So I would have Reed Shepard going to Atlanta.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with that pick. Everything you just said is right on the money. Like he can pretty much do everything. He's just not tall, honestly.
Yeah.
And that could hinder him, maybe, who knows? But the biggest thing, like you said, off ball. If the Hawks do choose to stick it out with Trey Young and move on from DeJounte Murray, you have an off ball guy like Reed Shepard fits perfectly. And
Yeah.
vice versa, honestly. Whichever direction they go in, he's a good, and even if they were to, I don't know, trade both of them, he's a good building block to have. I'm not gonna say
Hmm.
build your whole franchise around Reed Shepard, but
Yeah.
he's a good building block.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like there's an argument to be made that maybe after next season, once he gets a rookie year in, he could already be a better defender than DeJounte Murray because Murray might be one of the most overhyped defenders in the NBA. It's kind of
Thank
ridiculous.
you. It's that Spurs tax he had, bro. He
Yeah.
was good. He was all defensive player at one point. I will give him that. He was
Mhm.
definitely up there, but some time passed. He's not the same, bro.
Yeah, no chance. Not at all. But Everton, your legacy's on the line here because you're picking for my Bulls now. And it's gonna be vice versa for me because I'm gonna be picking for the Thunder afterwards. But
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay. Um, Looking at the Bulls, right? I feel like at the guard spot, you're good with Kobe.
And Io's
Um,
nice.
and oh wait, you said what'd you say?
I said Io's nice. He's grown on to me.
Okay. Sidebar: when I went to the Bulls game, Iowa was hooping, but
Yeah. He's had a
anyways,
great end of the season.
yeah. So here's the thing: I feel like you have to get a big here,
Mhm.
and my pick would have Loki been Edie,
Yeah.
but he's gone, and so is Klingon. So I'm gonna
No, 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 no. I'm afraid you're gonna say
what?
one name. I'm trying to manifest you don't say a certain name.
So I'm between two names.
Okay.
Misi from Baylor, and the other guy wasn't a big. Because I know you're thinking I was gonna say
Ooh.
Filipowski. It's
Yeah,
not
I
him. I was
fucking
not.
hate that guy.
Hell no, I was gonna say him. The
Thank
other
you.
guy I was gonna say is like a Ron Holland because of the upside he brings.
Yeah.
Now I know his position wise is a bit awkward because they still have DeMar, and DeMar said he wants to stay and all
Yeah.
that. But
That's not
I
long
feel like
term.
not long term exactly. DeMar's on the he's other side of 30. You can build with Ron Holland. So I feel like either Ron Holland or who did I say?
Easy
Misi
to
from
see.
Baylor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's a tough one between those two. I guess Misi because yo, Vooch, you gotta go low key, bro. I ain't
You
gonna
need
lie.
to go.
You gotta go low key. So I'll go Missy
Uh,
Missy, so they can have a big.
which I appreciate. I'm a big fan of his game. But you
Oh,
put me in
you
a
are?
hard.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. He had my stamp of approval. Him and
Uh,
Klingon and Castle and Rob are my four
Okay.
guys right now.
Okay.
We're
So
gonna
I
make a.
cooked.
We're gonna make you cooked. We're gonna make a video on that though before the draft, like who has our stamp of approval, who has our stamp of a denial. That video is definitely gonna come at some
Oh
point.
yeah, I like that.
But
Okay, for
that's gonna be
sure.
more of an off-season thing.
Hmm
But you put me in a hard position now. I didn't think Holland was gonna be here. Actually, I lied. I so did. I'm a liar. I'm looking at my mock draft. I had him going to pick after this, so I can stand on my business then.
Okay.
LMAO. So you look at this draft. What player, personality wise, fits the Thunder the best?
Are you legit? Oh, what are you about to do, bro?
No, answer the question.
Who are you about to pick, bro?
Who is the most Thunder personality in this draft? When you think of Shea, when you think of Jalen Williams, Chet.
Jared McCain.
Yep. And that is absolutely sorry, my mic fell on me. That is absolutely the pick. Jared McCain is going to be the Thunder. One, he fits the locker room perfectly. And two, not only is he a bucket, he's a hustle guy, which I think the Thunder can really use on the defensive side of the ball because he gives you 150% every night. And it's just you can't tell me that's not the most Thunder pick right now. Jared McCain is gonna
No,
click
okay.
in the locker room on the spot. Like when Jalen Williams making them twin, where have you been? Jalen Williams is gonna give you, or Jared McCain's gonna give you 150% in that TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you just said is facts, right?
Uh-huh.
Jared McCain, he does look he fit the locker room. Now, and I love the pick. I was laughing because when you said what's the most Thunder pick, for a second, I thought you were gonna say Terrence Shannon Jr.
That's crazy.
So that's why I was like, at first I'm like, oh, I know Joey's not to really about to pull this bullshit right now. But then as you explain, I'm like, oh, Jared McCain. I can live with that. I'm cool with Jared McCain.
That's
Um,
that's fucked up.
because look, at the end of the day, call him zesty all you want. Bro, one, bro could hoop.
Mhm.
Two, the stuff he does is harmless, bro. Like him
Yeah.
painting his nails, it's harmless. You can say what you want, it ain't hurting nobody.
Mm. And like what
Just
I'm gonna
saying.
say is like, would you rather have that or like a guy that's like beating his wife on your team? Like,
You know, I'd rather have a
and,
guy who's just painting his nails, bro.
and some people would actually pick the wife beater, which is crazy to me.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's very insane.
Mhm.
Like severely insane, but
Yeah.
it's a little concerning. But at the end of the day, I like the Jared McCain pick. So
Mhm. I
don't
think
get it
he's a
wrong.
great spark plug guy for the Thunder off the bench. I would love that pick. And how could you make them a team more fun? You just throw Jared McCain in there.
Literally, the TikToks would feed families.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we're here for it. We're also here for Everton's next pick, which is gonna be the Blazers. And the Blazers, you had them picking Buzelis,
You
which
know,
sucks because Ron Holland's here.
yeah, that's what I was gonna like for a second. Him and Cody Williams are here too, but
Yeah. Oh, we're not having conversations about Cody Williams right now.
oh, okay. All right. Here's the thing. Klingon's gone, Edie's
Mhm.
gone, Misi's gone. I might just say who's next? You know what? No, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So Blazers,
Could you double up
you
on forwards here?
I was gonna say I might go to Jean Salon
I love that pick if you do that.
because I'm gonna go with him because like
I
he's
love that.
is he the youngest player in the draft? Something like that,
I
right?
believe so. He's right up there.
Right? A lot of upside, bro. A stupid amount of
So much
upside.
upside.
So I think for the Blazers, he doesn't even have to play a lot his rookie year because you still probably will have Jeremy Grant playing the four, whatever.
Mhm.
Um, but he can be a guy who can. I'm not gonna call him Giannis or whatever, but like he
Yeah.
can, develop slowly but surely and become
Mhm.
like a really good player. So hey, you already got your front runner guy and Bozelis who you want to be your franchise, but you also have your guy who's like, hey,
Mhm.
we swung and it might hit.
Yeah, let's see what happens. We're the Portland
Yeah,
Trailblazers. We can afford to take this risk. You know,
exactly. So
but
I like that pick.
a 6'9" forward who can dribble, can dunk the ball. The shot's not there yet, but Giannis' shot hasn't arrived yet, and he's
No,
still a little skinny. So like, don't let him start eating. Don't let him get
ex-
that bulk plan.
exactly.
So I love that pick. I actually had him going to the Bulls when I did my mock drafts. I had him going a little bit earlier, but
Hmm.
this one of the highest, if not the highest, upside in this draft.
Yeah,
This
low
guy's
key.
oozing with potential. Not
Hmm.
giving him the stamp of approval yet, but like, man, the potential's there.
It is. It is definitely there.
So now we're gonna go to the Pelicans, and it's just Ron Holland can't keep like falling, but they have two Ron
They
Hollands
have
on this team
two.
already.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to draft him almost.
Yeah, poor like there's gonna be some. I mean, of course, the lottery's gonna change things as well.
Yeah.
I can't pick him here. I can't. So I'm gonna do the guy I
No.
had originally, and it's a forward from Colorado,
Oh.
and it's Tristan Da Silva. It's not Cody Williams.
Oh,
Get the fuck
the
out of here
older
with that.
one. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
A little bit
Mm-hmm.
older, but he's like the exact opposite of Zion Williams outside. Like they're both not the best defenders, but Tristan Da Silva can shoot the ball. I was so impressed watching him at Colorado this season. He's a great 3-point shooter, and he's 6'9". And like he started like developing the shot to be able to dunk as well. So you got a guy that can score on all three levels. And when
Mm-hmm.
Zion's not really there to shoot, I think it's a great counterpart to bring in. So I really like Da Silva in this draft.
Okay. That's fair. I like that pick. I do like that pick. Floor spacing is important for that Pelicans team.
Yeah,
Any team with
absolutely.
Zion on it,
Need
gotta
some
have some floor
spacing.
spacing, bro.
Yeah.
So I like that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Jordan Hawkins and him, it's not bad.
That would actually be like a fire bench. I would love that.
I like that pick. Yeah, that's a pretty good pick.
So then to end it off, we have the Miami Heat.
Okay, so the fit might not make sense, but I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna just roll with Ron Holland
Yeah.
because I feel like he's got a lot of potential, and the Heat might be the best team to bring that potential out of him. Let's be honest. Their development staff is really good with those things.
Yes.
So the only other thing I might say, Terrence Shannon might be better if they want to.
That was my pick.
If they want to win, that might be the better pick because he could probably come in and do more. And his offensive game, they do need more offense, to be honest.
Badly.
Badly.
Are we about to change the pick? Or like can we just not let Ron Holland fall? Because Terrence Shannon is what they need, especially on the fast break.
He is what they need. I'm not gonna lie.
The Miami Heat, they love them older guys.
They do, bruh. They do. We're gonna have to change the pick. I'm sorry, Ron Holland. You're not a lottery pick at this point.
Man.
Look, that's the thing with this draft, bro. It's just strictly fit, bro. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's not even about like who's the best. It's about who gets what pick at this point.
So. And that's why this draft's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait to keep covering it. But Terrence Shannon Jr., I know there's bad accusations, but like one, it's Florida, Miami. He fits the Florida bill. And secondly, it's just like he is such a good scorer. And especially like he's already been one of the fastest players in the NBA. He's that quick and he scores everything in the fast break. I know the Miami Heat would love to have a dog like that in him. But now
I agree. He do got that dog in him, and he won't take no for an answer.
Well, I will not say no to is not going over this mock draft because let's do a quick recap before we move on. First pick, the Pistons will take Zachary Reese-Shea. We've said that maybe 3 videos in a row now. Then the Wizards take Stephon Castle. The Hornets take Alexander Starr. The Spurs take Nikola Topic. Thought I messed up the name for some reason. 5, the Blazers take Matas Buzelis. Then the hot take of the mock draft is the Raptors take Zach Edey. The Memphis Grizzlies take Donovan Clingan and become the best team in the West.
Yeah.
And the Jazz take Rob Dillingham. The Rockets take Dalton Connect to become the second best team in the West. And then we have the Hawks taking Reed Shepherd. My Chicago Bulls take Yves Massey. And then Everton's Thunder take Jared McCain. And then we have the Blazers taking Tajon Salon. And then the Pelicans are going to take Tristan da Silva. And then the Heat are going to take Deshaun Watson.
Wait, what? Oh, shit, never mind.
Yeah, no, they're going to take Terrence Shannon Jr.
For a second, I'm like, wait, what? But never mind. I get it now. I definitely do get it. Yep.
I'm not going to lie. We cooked.
Yeah, I think this was actually really good. I think this is our best one so far, honestly.
And I know like all these guys aren't going to play off the bat, but even if they were, I think they would all fit the role of what the team needs.
Yeah, like I said, I've said this before. People saying it's the weakest draft ever. I think there's some solid impact players in this draft. There might not be that generational Cooper Flag players, but like there is some dudes in there who I think are going to just be genuinely good NBA players.
I think there's like, I'm not saying like MVP or anything crazy, but there's some players here that can be like 1 or 2 time All-Stars. Like, I don't think the draft's like that shockingly weak.
Nah.
Thank you so much for tuning into this segment of the 5 Out Podcast. I am Joey the Master LeMaster, and me and Everton are so thankful for your guys' support. If you want to keep supporting us, please check out the full podcast on Spotify and follow our TikTok account. Both of those will be in the bio, and make sure to leave a like and stay smooth.